Good evening, folks. As you may or may not know, space in the barn is a little bit on the, it's a hot commodity, I'll say that. So I built this loft over the summer. I have a bit of a cockamamie idea, because I want to put a elevator, or yeah, it's an elevator, for bigger items, bulkier items that are kind of the way that I don't utilize too much to get up the top there. I had this large angle iron out there in the junkyard. It's about 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, 20-foot long sticks. So I'm going to use those as two rails going up this exterior wall. I have I don't know if you'll be able to see, a winch, nope, a pulley up there with a rope that I've utilized in the past just to pull up some stuff, but it's just not. It's not smart. I'm going to end up hurting myself or somebody, so I think I'll be able to do this a little bit smoother. All right, so with some help, enlisted from my wife and my daughter, we were able to get these babies stood up in the corner. Again, they're 20 feet long, a little longer than I need, but yeah, I don't know, I can always cut them down. Sure, that would have been easier before I carried them up there, but easier schmeezier. That's probably about as far as I get tonight. It's late, but it was just, I dug those out of the woods. I wanted to get them up there before it snowed again, or it's actually kind of a nice night. It's still 21 degrees out and it's 7:30 at night, so can't complain about that. Trying to take advantage of the good weather before it gets real cold on us. And all right, so I'm thinking I need some more material in order to space out the angle brackets from the barn itself, and I want something to tie it back, so I might as well use some of that leftover stuff that I have. And as you can tell in my perfectly organized stash, I got some here, so I'm probably going to cut about 4 feet off of this using portable bandsaw. Nope, the non-portable bandsaw and the Honda generator. So we'll see how this goes. Well, I think that worked relatively well. Nothing but a couple minutes and got my material loaded up into the Rhino. Head back up to the barn. I'll start taking some measurements. All right, so I got a 4x8 sheet of steel diamond plate that I'm gonna put down at the edge of the barn so the uprights can, I don't know, be supported and spread that weight out a little bit. I got a little bit of miscellaneous cleaning up to do. So I'll get at that, and then I'll have to see if I can have a daughter or a wife come out and help me finagle that down plate, because that thing is it's hefty for sure. You guys got to check out this vise that I got. She is a doozy. I don't know if there's any brand on it other than hefty. It's older than the hills. Look at my boot. It's size 10.5 boot. I've never had to bolt it down or secure it in any sort of way, because if anybody ever was big enough and strong enough to pick it up and run away with it, I wasn't going to be able to stop them. But I got to get this thing mounted on something, so the next time I run across like a submarine or a battle tank that I need to clamp, I have the utility to do so. So Okay, you get the picture. I'll keep cutting away, get all the pieces that I need to, or at least I think that I need to, and I'll check in with you in a little bit. So here's the current situation. I spent a couple hours at the drill press and the bandsaw and cut a bunch of brackets, drilled holes, and of course I wore safety protection on my eyes. Did not wear gloves, and I didn't horse the drill bit through using a dull bit from a big box store. All right, so after an hour and a couple of broken drill bits, I've got it mounted, all 4 girts. I've been working away the past few evenings, burning up the biceps and a couple drill bits, and actually breaking a half dozen or so drill bits. But let me see if I can illustrate now what was in my head that I don't think I was doing a very good job of describing the other day. So on the right hand side here, I got an angle iron going up. You can see which way it's orientated. And I sandwiched together 2 other pieces of angle iron that are going to use this vertical rail as a guide. I got bolted down to the platform. I will end up welding this together. I'm impatient and didn't want to do this. I want to do all the welding at once. I'll do some sort of a back rack, if you will. I'm kind of using my I think I just caught a glimpse of it. I heaved last weekend fighting a kidney stone, so you'll have to pay attention or ignore my bloodshot eye. What was I saying? Oh, I got this idea kind of from my log splitter. It's a little different. My log splitter works with an I-beam going up, and it's sandwiched with the wedge in the middle of it. Or not the wedge, but the pusher of the log. So I figured if I can work for thousands of pounds of pressure on that, it should be able to lift up a few hundred pounds, whatever I need to, up into the loft of the barn. All right, hopefully that makes a little more sense. Gonna continue to struggle and hurt my back and get a runny nose, whatever else I can get myself into. Got this vertical all screwed to the wall, other than I didn't do this bracket here. It's kind of an awkward situation. I'm probably going to actually do it off of the lift once I get it kind of temped up. I cut a horizontal piece for the back of the carriage, so that eventually the chain hoist will be way up yonder, come down, and be fastened to this. I'll probably put a pulley here, so it'll be a double pulley system, so you can get twice the leverage on it. One thing that I didn't say before, let's see, I don't know if you can really see. In here, since this is hollow tube, I did cut some black pipe that fit all the way across, so this won't crush. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, any other details that I missed, but I'm sure there's lots. I'm gonna buzz this in, as well as I'm gonna weld those verticals in there. I'm not gonna just rely on the bolts. Yeah, I'll get that licked and we'll go from there. All right. Well, got to show off my welds. Not too bad for a carpenter. Nope, we're not going to look at those. Those are terrible. That's nothing really to write home about either. But not too bad. I somewhat recent have just joined the ranks of having the welding gas, the shielding gas. Before that, I just had a flux core welder. And holy cow, does this make a difference, having a good weld. I think I'm gonna keep plugging away, figure out what I want to do for my diagonals and my vertical brace. The reason why I don't want to have one in the middle is because that's where I want to have the cable or the hoist come down and attach to it. So I don't want to get anything in the way. I would like to, I don't know. So I think I might do a diagonal somewhat off the center and leave room for the cable. I actually blew it apart. I took off the guides that were bolted onto it so I could weld to the backside of our guards. And then I was really cruising for bruising, so I went back to the lumberyard, grabbed a couple structural members to put up there. It's a high of 9 degrees outside. It's every bit of that or colder in the barn right now, so that's kind of where we're at today. I'm really ready, other than I need to put bearing points under the beams along this post to bear on. I don't want to rely just on the bolts that are screwed into the barn posts. So I gotta do that, and then I gotta I really want to set it up with just my hand, word escapes me, chain hoist, the manual chain hoist. But I think I'm going to splurge, probably go to Harbor Freight, pick me up something, and just wire it up once and be done with it. So honestly, once I get that, I got one more little bracket to put on up there, but I'm waiting until I can get up a little higher. I think I'm just going to utilize the lift, you know, sample run. I mean, of course, I'm not going to be on it. It's not for carrying people, it's just for carrying, you know, stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at this point. Today wasn't much excitement other than just a lot of nose wiping and trying to stay warm. The whole driving force of this is I really want to gain more room to work on the square body. So once I get some stuff out of here, I have a game plan. I have lots and lots of stuff. I won't call it junk, but I got a lot. So that's kind of the whole driving force of this, so I can utilize the loft for stuff other than just a couple boxes. So the next step is I built a bracket. It's an 1.5 inch tubing, which works well for the brackets that come with the overhead hoist. So I'm going to mount that with lag bolts into the beam above on both sides. I deemed it smarter to mount this first and then carry the hoist up there and address it and bolt that to the bracket once that's already mounted, as opposed to doing it all at once. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. That's my decision right now. I'm gonna stick to it at least for the next 12 seconds. Just in case you haven't been able to visualize what's coming out of my yap, got that coil all the way down to an actual strap around the carriage and back up so it doubles the power. One thing I did do incorrectly is I have that stop on the wrong side. That should be on the other side of the cable, so I'll have to take apart that pulley at some point. Otherwise, I think I'm ready for a test run. I will get this ladder here out of the way, fire up the camera, and see how it goes. Here goes the maiden voyage. Going up. Alright, let's give her a try now that I put a little bit of lithium grease on the rails. So the last couple things I did is I cut these ears off of the top of the platform on both sides, so the subfloor portion would be nice and flat. I got some self-tapping metal screws through there all the way around, so it's nice and sturdy and solid. The other thing I did is the remote cord is, I don't know, seems like it's about 6 feet long, so unless you're going to be standing on top of the hoist itself, I ordered some wire and took apart the remote and extended it so I can get to it from down below or above. Yeah, it's working incredibly well. Trying to think if there's anything else that I would say in conclusion as far as what I would do different. I would probably be smarter and pre-measure where I want to do the holes in these vertical sections, because it's a bear to do it on a ladder, precarious, and put enough pressure. And the other thing is get some good drill bits. I bought some decently sharp bits from Harbor Freight. You know, when I say decent, they're a good homeowner brand or grade. But the issue I had was with the chuck, or the portion that goes into the chuck was round. It didn't have any flat surfaces to really bite in the drill, and I was spinning them in the chuck quite a bit. That was a little bit frustrating at times, to say the least. But if that is as bad as a cockamamie project like this goes, I think that's pretty acceptable. Otherwise, yeah, I'm happy about it. I already got a bunch of stuff up there. I just got the remote extended. It's been probably a week or so since I last filmed, so been utilizing it. It's been working great. At this point, I'll say thanks for watching and see you next time.